Hi there, and in this video I'm going to be discussing how to implement audio inside of your Godot game. And for this I'm going to be using this template, at least at the beginning, that, as you can see, basically has some sound effects already implemented. And I will show you the main ways of playing audio, because as usual there are like many paths that you can follow in order to achieve something in game development. So for example, inside of the player itself, we have different ways in which this audio is being played. So we have, for example, this method audio.play, and then the sound path is provided. So well, this is a script that was created by the user. So well, basically this is a way of playing audio that is going to be like a little bit complex, as you can see. So well, if you want to create something like this, you can, but well, for most cases it is not going to be necessary. But well, the basis of playing audio in Godot is that you use an audio stream player, and then in the stream you basically load in the actual audio that you want to be playing. And also something that you may have come across and thought of is that you have audio stream player 2D, 3D, and the basic audio stream player. So the difference is that these two, 2D and 3D, they are meant to be spatial sound. So for example, in 3D, if you have a campfire, you only want to listen to a fire sound if you are close enough. If not, you don't want. And also, the closer you are to the campfire, the louder the sound would be played. And the same thing would apply for 2D, but well, in most general cases, for audio stream player is going to be more than enough to play anything. So for example, here, these footsteps, what you have to know is that this sound is currently looping. So if we listen to it, that is the sound that is looping. And how this is going to be played is that, first of all, there is a reference to the footsteps at the top with an already annotation. And then this sound is paused or unpaused as needed. I am not going to dig deeper into the code, but for example, here stream pause is set to true. This will basically pause the emission of this sound, whereas here, if this is set to false, this will be like resumed. So this is basically pausing, and this is resuming the sound. So this is one way of playing some specific sounds. And now I want to show you more examples, okay? This is other game. This is one that I created myself. So as we have like a jump sound over here. We have a game over one, audio, a UI audio, sorry. So well, there we have it. And well, here I have implemented different methods that I believe are much easier for a beginner also. So if I go to, for example, the player scene, I have this exact same audio stream player, and I just have the jump sound over there. And what I do is quite simple, as we have seen before. I get the reference to the audio stream of the audio stream player with the already annotation, and then I call the play method whenever I need to. So in this case, when I am jumping, okay, I want to play this sound. Quite simple. And this is probably the easiest way of doing that. And now I would say that that one is the easiest and more straightforward, and probably the most used one that you probably have seen in other videos. And that's okay. But this has some limitations, and also there are two other ways, or two different solutions to two problems that you may come across. So the first one is playing sounds and music itself between different scenes. Actually, this game has music, okay? But well, I have disabled it so that it doesn't bother us. But well, I will enable it once again. And basically, what is happening right now is that how you would usually play music, for example, would be, okay, at the main menu, you would create your own audio stream player. You will load in your sound or your music. Then you would also have to make sure that it's looping set to on. So you would find that the sound over here, you have to double click it, enable loop, and press reimport. So basically do this, quite simple. And then basically enable the autoplay property so that it starts playing as soon as the game starts. And that would work, but I will show you what happens. So I will once again just disable this music and I will add it over here. So I'll call this one music. I will load in the music, autoplay. Okay, and this is what is going to be happening. As you can see, even though it starts well when we press play, as we have switched scenes, okay, this scene doesn't have that exact same music, audio, or whatever. And if you were to create a copy of this music, or create a scene and then instantiate it here or whatever, you would still come across an issue. And as you can see, basically the music is restart, so that's not something that we want. And in this case, for playing music, okay, I will make it quick. What we want to have is an auto-loaded scene. So you create a brand new scene, you create your exact same audio stream player, and then you go to globals, press over here and select your scene, in this case music audio, and then press add. Okay, and here you will have it. So now this scene will be instantiated as soon as you start your game and will persist in every single scene, so you will no longer have that cut. And now for the last usage, you also saw that I have some UI audio. So when I press this button, I have the UI audio, and also in the main scene, in the game over one, if I press the restart button, I play the exact same UI audio. So there are actually like multiple ways of managing this, but once again, using the same basis of auto-loading a scene, I have a brand new UI audio scene, quite similar. I just have the UI audio with the corresponding UI sound, and this is set to an auto-load as well in the exact same way. So the only thing that I have to do when I want to play this sound is basically go to the UI audio and call play. As simple as that. I'm doing this in the menu scene when I press the play button. And then, for example, I believe it was here in the game over. Yes, when I'm pressing the restart button, I am playing it, and when I press the menu button, I am also playing it. So it is super easy and straightforward to access this UI audio and play it. So indeed, there are a lot of ways of playing audio, and also some of these ways are the necessary ones in order to deal with some specific problems that you may face. So for example, whenever you want to play music in between different scenes, you have to make sure that you have your own auto-loaded music audio scene. If you want to access some sounds globally, then you could auto-load it if it is just one. Well, actually, if we should create a more complex system, a little bit more complex, not so much more complex. If we wanted to have more audios, let's say 10 audios that we want to access in different scenes, well, creating 10 different scenes with 10 different auto loads, maybe it would not be the best thing. So, well, using those principles, you could still create this own auto-loaded scene with the different audio streamer players and play them. And well, lastly, if you want to do the most basic usage of audio, just add an audio streamer player, create a reference however you want to this jump audio stream player, and then call its play property whenever you need it to. If you're serious about leveling up your Godot skills, check out my course. In less than 6 hours, you'll master Godot fundamentals while building this amazing project. Links in the description. See you there.